Running from 2010 to 2014, Earl Stein's The Haunting Hour was a children's horror show with each 22-minute episode featuring a self-contained story. Much like the iconic Goosebumps of the 90s, The Haunting Hour similarly recreated Stein's stories to a television format, though The Haunting Hour is arguably more dark. Speaking of dark, I remember watching reruns of this into the late hours of the night at my grandma's house. We weren't allowed to have any actual lights on at night, just the TV, which made it the perfect atmosphere for me to experience The Haunting Hour. With that out of the way, let's talk about episode 11 from season 2, Scarecrow. We start off our episode with cows. Look at that precious little face. Oh my god, and a doggo too. This is a delight. I think every episode should begin like this. This guy is Bobby, our main character of the week, whose passion seems to be talking to animals. We see a large murder of crows take flight, and I know this is supposed to be ominous, but honestly, I am just loving these beautiful birds. We are introduced to our next main character, Jenny, attempting to scare off some crows with this noisemaker thing. Fun fact, Jenny is played by Bailey Madison, who appears in several different episodes of The Haunting Hour. Jenny complains to her father about the crows eating all her crops. When watching this episode with my friend, I remember being kind of shocked that her parents just gave her an acre of land to grow crops on so she could earn money from it. Don't know why, that just seemed strange to me. I guess it makes sense to teach them about responsibility. Anyway, Bobby proceeds to flex that his job, taking care of the cows, is easy peasy. Again, this doesn't necessarily hold up to what I've gathered about farm life, but whatever. Personally, I am unconvinced that they are real farmers, due to their lack of bitching about the weather. Jenny teases her brother about being in love with emo Amy.
Emo Amy, as I like to call her.
She's not emo.
She's so emo. Even her horses are emo.
But are you so emo that your horses are emo? This is how I dressed when I was 12. I even had the swoop bangs and ponytail combo. Oh my god, she's even literate. How delightful.
Kind of jumpy for the middle of the day.
Damn kid, you really got her there. It's the Amish man. Okay, so me and my friend had this running joke throughout this episode that this guy was Amish, despite ostensibly not being Amish, given that he drives a car and stuff. However, it is still very funny to me, and he will live on in my heart as the Amish man.
Over broken glass in our dry cellar.
Fun fact, this poem is The Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot. It's actually pretty cool, and I recommend giving it a read in its entirety.
I don't know why folks get so edgy about that. The end of the world, I mean. Be quiet. Nice and quiet.
I mean, if you want it to be quiet, you could just, put in earbuds like a normal person. You don't need the world to end for some peace and quiet, man. Damn, guys, was he a freak or what? Jenny returns home from school, and surprise! Weird guy's just hanging out here, I guess. He proceeds to follow her down the driveway. Sir, go directly to jail.
Howdy.
Luckily, he's already leaving when Bobby arrives. Jenny is surprisingly calm when recounting her experience with him, a far cry from how shaken she seemed initially. Apparently, he's not a creep. He just wanted to know if she wanted a scarecrow. Honestly, as creepy as he was, this doesn't seem too far off from things I've experienced with people in small towns. She bought the scarecrow from the strange man, much to her brother's frustration. Personally, I am taking the side of the brother in this scenario. Oh my god, another beautiful bird. Look at this creature. At night, for some unknown reason, Jenny decides to put up her scarecrow. Seriously, I know you're really protective of your crops, but you couldn't put this up during the day?
You're a scary scarecrow. You wouldn't be of much help if you weren't, though. I guess you need a backbone.
Girl really just said she was gonna shove a stick up his ass and expected him not to run.
Did you see Scout? Scout! Come here, boy!
No, not the doggy.
Or something.
All right, what'd you do with it?
Do with what?
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Jenny is convinced that her brother took her Scarecrow as a prank, though he is much more upset that she took the darn thing from the weird guy. Can't imagine why. Bobby decides not to tell their parents, and honestly, I'd do the same. Stitches get stitches or something like that.
Listen. So quiet. Not a cricket.
Jenny remarks about the eerie, unnatural quiet of the night. Maybe it's because I grew up in the country, but this scene genuinely made me feel a little afraid.
Scout!
The scene ends with Bobby calling for his dog, again, before heading back inside. The next day, Jenny goes out to scare up the crows with her noisemaker, but finds the fields empty of crows. She's excited that her corn is untouched by birds, only to have the horrifying realization the Scarecrow is there, hanging above the fields. The music begins to pick up, which just seems to emphasize how quiet it's been. It's a genuinely tense moment, ending with Jenny fleeing to get her brother.
Bobby?
Bobby says that it's just someone messing with him. It's just a prank, Han. Though, even he seems a little creeped out, suggesting that they burn it. Jenny, of course, refuses this.
You have no right. Okay, you're going to make money off of your cows, but this is all I got.
Bobby can always make money with his cows. Except not, because they're gone.
Where are you, girls?
For some reason, we skip to Amy, ordering a singular glazed donut from a noisy diner.
Get one glazed donut, please.
Unfortunately, something gives her wicked bad vibes. I think it's the freak from earlier. Unfortunately for Amy, the weird guy Thanos snapped everyone in the diner out of existence before she could get her glazed donut. The weird man proceeds to fuck off. Back to Jenny, who seems to be in a pretty fine mood, humming a little tune while harvesting her corn. She gets spooked by some corn rustling.
Hello? Who's there?
But luckily, it's just Bobby.
Yeah. Do you know where Mom and Dad are?
Unfortunately, he can't seem to find their parents or his cows. As he relays this information to Jenny, he gets a phone call from Amy, who is quite obviously shaken up.
Try.
I have this terrible feeling.
What kind of feeling?
It's this cold feeling. It's cold like the grave, but it's not like death, and it's not like life either.
Amy, you're not making any sense. Where are you?
I'm out by the diner, but Bobby, listen to me. This is the worst feeling that I've ever had. It's like everything is there and everything is nothing, and I hate it, and I know it's coming.
What's coming? Amy, what's coming? Amy.
It's too late, however, as the bell begins to ring out. The call disconnects and Bobby decides to head into town to check on Amy, while Jenny calls their parents. The town is empty. A bike lays toppled on its side in the sidewalk. Bobby retrieves Amy's phone and heads into the diner. The jukebox is still playing, there's food on the table, but everyone is gone. Jenny calls him and tells him that the Scarecrow is gone. Its post now empty. Luckily, we know where that Scarecrow is. The weird guy drives by the diner, and Bobby tells Jenny to get inside and lock the doors before the phone inevitably cuts off.
Do it. Don't open the doors, Brandon. Not until I get...
Bobby?
Behind her, the corn begins to rustle.
Hello?
She calls out, but gets no answer. She breaks into a sprint, running through the corn. It's not long, however, before she bumps into our good old friend, the Scarecrow, forcing her to run back again. Honestly, the tension up until this point was really good, and I feel like it's kind of ruined by these scenes. It's pretty cheesy, her running back and forth, screaming loudly each time she bumps into the Scarecrow. Luckily, she does make it out of the cornfield, only to spot the weird man's car. She runs inside and locks the door, attempting to use the phone. It's then she notices this inconspicuous trail of hay on the floor leading to another room. Though she attempts to leave, the Scarecrow is waiting for her. Bobby pulls up to the house, running inside, calling for his sister.
Jenny! Jenny? Where are you?
Instead, he finds the weird man, calmly sitting at the table. He tells Bobby he won't find her, casually turning off the TV and waxing poetic about the silence.
Hear that? Nothing. Lovely stillness.
Bobby demands to know where his sister is again, only to be told that everyone is gone. The weird man continues.
Tell me what you did with them.
It's no one's fault. There's no one to blame. It was always meant to be. Shh. It's perfect. And yet, if I had no one to share it with, it wouldn't be perfect. Do you understand?
Well, this was neither creepy as hell nor a wee bit gay. In conclusion, I think that The Scarecrow is definitely one of the better Haunting Hour episodes. The acting was surprisingly good. There are definitely episodes where every line of dialogue feels cheesy and like there's no tension until the end, but I actually found myself being a little bit scared, and the concept of everyone just disappearing really unnerved me. Thank you for watching.